Okay, so next zone fire is coming from the weak side or away from the call side, which we term whip. So we're helping you out already by giving it a name that begins with a W. Weak side, whip. The hand signal for whip is this, cracking the whip. Okay, so as we look, 5-man pressure, 3 under 3 deep. We're not dropping any defensive linemen. Not a zone blitz, it's a zone fire. Top picture, we're going to start again basic, 21 personnel with a tight end set. Into the call side, setting our front tight to the tight end, whether we're in a heavy here or 9, irrelevant. 3 technique goes to the call side. Away from the call side, we have a 1 and a 5 technique. So the weak side linebacker now becomes a crash course blitzer, playing the quarterback. Defensive end, away from the call, you're now the dive player. Your job is to spark your next adjacent gap. Work the technique that I talked to you about earlier. It's a horizontal, a vertical step, bringing a club to bring your momentum forward, to keep hands off of you. Tighten your alignment down. Get to where you have to be. You can't be too far out in space. As we go to the second picture, which is ace tight, 12 personnel, 2 tight end set. Okay, we've established to the call side, if we want to have a heavy here, we're bumping the alignment, but weak side, we have an eye check and a heavy check. Doesn't affect you. Play your gap. You don't have to spark. You have all the gaps covered here. Weak side linebacker is the D gap, or the C gap. Mike working A to B, B to A. Weak side, A gap player. Tackle. Front side, we're aligned, and we're playing our assignment, playing our gaps. Now, picture 2, pro trips. We get a lot of this formation. Get a heavy check to the call side, 3 technique goes to the call side, 1 technique weak. Weak side defensive end, 5 technique, tighten it down. Square your stance up a little bit. Get to where you have to be, which is now the B gap. And you're the dive player. That tackle wants to step down, you work hard off his hip, play the dive versus zone read. No tackle, tailback. Crash course blitzer from the weak side away from the call. Picture here to the right, ace pro, same thing. Away from the call side, or away from the call, defensive end. Spark your next adjacent gap. You don't have a tackle in that gap, so you don't have to give them a call. Play 1 technique weak, strong side, we're still in our calls. Now, loose trips. Again, we're making the call away from the trips. We have a 2-eye here playing A gap. Okay, your job is to spark your next adjacent gap. 5-man pressure. Linebacker coming off the edge. Horizontal, vertical, tighten your alignment down. Bottom picture here to the right. Ace loose, 2-by-2 formation. Away from the call is where the blitz is coming from. Whip. 5 technique, sparks your next adjacent gap. A gap player right there. So unless we called stack W for whatever reason, there's no reason to give a quads call away from the call side when we call whip. So we'll look at the tape here. So we see first set, 21 personnel, slot formation. Strength calls to the left. Blitz is coming from the field, from the right. Get a good glimpse of this from the tape here. Tighten our alignment down. Now we got to go. You're the dive player. If he wants to step down, come off his ass and create havoc in the backfield. You have a safety rolling down. You have a linebacker blitzing off the edge. Don't hesitate. Keep going. Good plant foot, break foot, redirect. Next picture. Okay, you can't tell here, but maybe from the tight, it's a strong loose formation, 20 personnel, 21 tight end, H-back, prevalent formation. Coming from the weak side, it's a left call, should be coming away. Everybody's playing their gaps, with the exception of the weak side defensive end. We can tighten the alignment here, square it up. Our job is to get the B gap. We have a tackle in the A gap, we have a strong side tackle in the B gap, we have 5 technique to the call side playing his C gap. Horizontal, vertical, club. Okay, now we just got to make a play. Fine, perfect. See what's going on. It's a good picture. Okay, pro trips, 3-by-1, 11 personnel set. Strength calls to the right, coming from the weak side. Crash course blitzer. Can't get washed down here. To show you the technique from the tight. So again, this is great. We've cheated our alignment down. We squared up our stance. You have to be a football player. You got to understand where you got to get to and how to get there. B-gap, dive player. So now, as you anchor down, can't turn our shoulders. Got to come back up vertical with that club. As you feel yourself getting washed, now you just got to counter hump this guy. Get up over top of him, wash him down inside as well. We can't get washed down inside. So if you feel that pressure on your back, throw him by you. Tackles playing A-gap, weak tackles playing A-gap, strong tackles playing the B-gap, and away from the call, we're in the D-gap. Couple more pictures here. Okay, 20 personnel. Again, we're coming away from the call. We have the strength call set here to the right. We should be coming from the boundary, away from the strength call. Pretty good shot here. Again, we've tightened our alignment down. Got to get to where we have to be, which is the B gap. Weak side tackle in the A gap. You don't have to give them any call. We have all the gaps covered. There it is. Just keep coming tight off his ass right into that dive. Create havoc. Pretty good shot. Okay, so that's our weak side 5-man pressure or zone fire. Again, not dropping any linemen, a 3 under 3 deep coverage. Great point of emphasis from watching the tape here is that alignment needs to tighten down to the blitz side. If you're a defensive end, square up your alignment, horizontal, vertical, bring the club. We want our shoulders to end back upfield. Nobody wants to block in and tackle steps down. Again, work off his ass, zone replay, you're the dive player.